Welcome, everyone, to Rapunzel's Tangled Adventure, the Tangled series extravaganza, Season 3, Episode 10 or 9, depending on how you're watching it. And this one's called Be Very Afraid. And for those hoping for the main plot to return, rejoice! This is a Cassandra episode, or at the very least, it's an episode that will feature Cassandra. Again, I don't come back to the season as much, so I don't remember all the details, but let's not beat around the bush here. Start at the beginning of the episode in 3, 2, 1, click.
Yes,
Now, I've had.
Cassandra, let the heat flow through you.
Uh, that's a good point, Cassandra.
Also, here's something a bit weird. Despite starting the season, and at the end of season 2 and the beginning of season 3, very, very willing to go the extra mile, towards Rapunzel. Now Cassandra suddenly has second thoughts about killing her.
Yeah, this is one weird thing. Cassandra reveals
Oh
that.
god, Varian is having nightmares again.
Yep.
Yeah, this is something I can relate.
But yeah,
Yeah,
no.
that's the only lines you have.
But yeah, no, like Teal mentioned, weirdly enough, Cassandra, despite saying, "Oh, I've got this evil plan," suddenly reveals no, she didn't have a plan. In fact, she doesn't even know what she wants to do until the totally not evil ghost girl tells her, "Oh, you should destroy Rapunzel." Now, here's where I do have to go into where I fall in on the very, very split discussion about how Cassandra is as a bad guy. I like the idea of her as a bad guy. The execution, I'm a bit iffy on. For starters, here, look, it's one thing being mad at Rapunzel, but going from that to wanting to destroy Rapunzel is kind of taking it from a 1 to a 10. And you're doing this while listening to a totally not evil spirit. Never mind the fact that pretty much every spirit you've run into prior has been evil as all sin, but nah, I'm sure this one's all good.
I
But
think she's
yeah.
just she's just very distressed right now. So yeah, I can buy she genuinely just doesn't know what she wants.
On a meta level, I can think of a more cynical way this happened. Again, a bit similar to one of my recurring theories towards the Sonic live action movies. There's a genuine, on one end, there's a genuine desire of the writers to push towards, interesting storytellings and potentially taking risk. On the other, executives that tell them, no, the target audience is still young people, you cannot do that.
Yeah, Disney have unfortunately had an issue that's persisted even to this day of kind of getting cold feet about actually writing a proper bad guy. Also, dude, you were just having a racing competition with Varian not too long ago. This feels a bit engineered, I won't lie. Like, I feel like with all the previous Varian episodes we had before, he should have had the town kind of acting jumpy on him.
Oh, Jesus.
Uh,
What the fuck
yeah,
is that cat?
that cat ain't right.
Oh.
Red means stop.
No, Joe, remember what Max said. Red's bad.
Wayne, when will you learn?
Do your actions have consequences?
Oh god, evil croissants.
This is a bit foreshadowing of what's gonna happen in the climax of the season.
Mm-hmm.
They never had them in the first place.
Oh, what the fuck?
It's just a
Wow,
town
that's two
spider.
fears in one. Isn't that cute?
Disney's version of Stephen King's It was never the same.
Okay, so what's Eugene scared of then? Again, another episode that sounds like all that, right? Characters see their worst fears, including those really, those ones where you have to convince them now that can't happen in real life, but they do.
No, Eugene's worst nightmare is having a cowlick.
Dude, some people find cowlicks cool. He's red and frozen. What do you think, Rapunzel?
That's a rhetorical question. It's red. Okay, I forgot. What is the effect of red kryptonite?
Random. It's random. Red kryptonite can basically do whatever it wants to.
Okay.
I mean, that seems to be happening.
Oh, come on. You were totally going to say, well, gang, it looks like we've got a mystery on our hands, blonde. Also, Jesus.
Welcome
Jesus
to your
Christ.
nightmares, kids. Stay away.
I like how that animation style implies that it's Rapunzel actually painting the show.
Honestly, I think that was kind of the idea at the beginning, considering it reflects also the same painting as Pedro told us when we're also present in the movie, when we're done by a specific person of the team.
Claire Keane, the daughter of Glenn Keane.
So yeah, it turns out when you become consumed by your fears, you're frozen in red.
Doing a JoJo pose in this case, apparently.
You know, since this is implied that this is Cassandra's doing, these hair powers are
Okay.
getting... Well, it feels like we're kind of in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure with these hair
Varian,
powers, now that I think about it.
I appreciate your effort, but I don't know how Lemonade is gonna save the day. Assuming there's that, it's that.
And you think you're in Indiana Jones?
Pascal.
God fucking damn it.
It's always the animal sidekick that sets them off.
I guess it was explosive lemonade.
So
And it's
one
all
shot.
Pascal's fault.
So we've only got what? Yeah, make it count.
Put it back in the bag.
No, yeah. Oh, poor guy.
God, high and terrified.
So Scarecrow, got it.
I mean, he became a Yellow Lantern during Blackest Night, so...
Hmm. Ugh.
This is why I said put it back in the fucking bag.
The point is also is that poor kid needs therapy, a lot.
But that doesn't exist. Otherwise, we'd have like no plot or something. I don't
Oh,
know.
sure, I guess it's gonna be a case of Rapunzel just patting him on the shoulder a bit and says everything's fine.
You know, that is one weird thing. Like, what dictates how much you get affected by the red crystal, since Rapunzel and Varian have
Well, it's clear that the
technically been
episode is
unaffected so far.
titillating on the fact that we want to save Rapunzel's fear for last, so...
Oh, I get that, but I mean, narratively, what actually controls who gets affected or whatnot? Like,
You can make an
Eugene's been
argument
fine,
of the
but-
fact that, since Rapunzel is still imbued with the power of the sunflower to an extent, it's she's more resistant, potentially.
Okay, but what about Eugene? He's been fine, while
No,
Lance has
remember,
clearly
he
been
had,
affected.
he had his fear, the cowlick, he just doesn't need to see himself in a surface.
I always thought that that was a one-off gag, but shoot, maybe that really was his true fear.
Oh.
Really?
I forgot, Peter. Wasn't that actually a reference to the video
Man, you
game?
away for now.
What?
The unicorn thing associated with one of the barbarian. Well, it was a thing also in the movie, of course, but I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
that the video game had them as a collectible. Jesus.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Andre the Giant?
Yeah, we know where this is going.
Yes! This absolutely will not freak everyone out!
Like, we're trying to not scare people.
Like, what was the plan, geniuses?
I mean, we're two children, and with
Implying
Eugene,
that there was one.
and with Eugene as the direction, we know that there was no plan. So
I mean, even still.
Taylor,
Okay.
Taylor, don't you remember? Real heroes don't need plans.
of course.
Yeah. Sing your songs from Aladdin.
That's one big rock.
Been here a few times.
It was a it was a monkey.
Ah, there we go. The sad thing is, he might just legit be hallucinating not even from the crystals. Boy needs help.
Yeah, that might actually be a trauma response.
The science of magic.
And I'm gonna pretend I haven't heard that.
So we're literally doing the Lantern Corps by countering one color with another.
They're really getting their mileage out of this thing, aren't they?
The
Jesus.
spider clown. Sure would suck to be anybody with arachnophobia and clown phobia.
This was also around the same time Warner Bros. Was releasing the new version of Stephen King's It, so yeah, they were basically, milking that too. Yeah, and just like in It, the solution is to bully even. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a deliberate reference from the writers.
Bully your enemies.
Pretty much. Although in the original, between the original book and the miniseries version, they get a bit physical. They literally rip his heart off. So
Jesus.
That's one way to face your fears. Also, this implies that Red can indeed shift back from the wolf even while the full moon's out, so... Trying to remember how
it
all
is
those
night,
work.
but it's more of a case of, utilizing the power. I don't need to remember because, this will become coming to play also partially in the climax.
That's why I could have sworn she can also turn in the day, but again...
It might be just a case of, the more time passes, the more she manages to get the power under control.
Possibly. Anyway, yeah, we got our song number after all.
Stylized too. It reminds me a bit of the 70s type of animation and, musics that they had.
What even is Crowley's fear? If anything, she instills fear in people. And then it turns out all they needed was actually the song to undo the effects.
It doesn't work that way.
Yo. Surely you know the power of song and feel-good nature.
Again, I'm gonna pretend I haven't heard that.
Musicals are your worst enemy, aren't they?
Not really, but,
I think they're more Dweb's worst enemy.
Someday we will cover Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark.
Wait, what's my worst enemy?
Musicals.
Well, okay. Well, it depends. If it's like a Joker 2 kind of musical, yeah.
Oh God.
Well,
Honestly-
so what you're saying, Dwebs, if it's a bad musical, then I won't like it. That's basically what you're saying.
Honestly, Dweebs, I was so, drunk off my ass while watching that movie, but honestly, the musical part did not even felt the worst of that.
No.
Did the booze help?
So to me, because the songs in that film were just random and don't really.
There you go.
fit.
That's Rapunzel's fear. Save for last. She just decided to repress it for the most part. To answer your question, Jova, I think I mentioned in the past. Yeah, she's Sephiroth, totally. I won't divulge into details, but it ended in me reproposing a lot of the alcohol.
Oh God. That sounds pretty bad.
That's because it is.
I wonder if part of having that pair sort of represses her pain receptors to her scalp, because she does a lot of wild stuff with that
Considering
hair.
she was used to do that even in when she had regular long blonde hair during her growing up phase, she probably just used to it. Uh-oh.
And yes, they can communicate through the crystals.
I asked about Rapunzel's hair before, but yeah, it's probably just magic.
Mm-hmm. Don't have to
Yeah.
explain shit. Here goes nothing. Hey, it's like okay, I don't think it was the final episode, but one of the final episodes of the original 90s DuckTales series also had this kind of ending, which was also used for both Alice Through the Looking Glass live action and the Beauty and the Beast live action.
Row, fight the power! And look at that. The amber that once took his father away now saves the day.
Something undefeatable.
Yeah, yes.
We probably need to cover the holes in the streets, though.
Dude, first the palace gets wrecked, now the town itself. Jesus.
That wasn't Rapunzel, technically.
Yeah, that was actually Varian.
She doesn't need to know.
Like, I still stand by what I said at the beginning. Like, up to a point, her just being very upset and angry can explain a lot of it. But after a point, it's just like, okay, you need something else.
This is a fine enough episode.
Again, as I mentioned, Varian being my favorite character, and this episode dwells with a lot of, fears in the forms of, regret, anxiety, and, having the fear to, failing to impress people and falling back into old habits. So, again, special place and everything. As for the next one, what was it? Oh, it's another animal-related one. Specifically, it's another Pascal-centered episode, where Pascal needs to learn how to become a parent. Tune in next time for
What?
Pascal's
Mama
Dragon.
Pascal.
That's Mama Pascal to you, Shiro.
Beautiful. See you next time, folks.
See ya.
So yeah.
Yeah.